Annelise Michel's story was a famous real and registered case of paranormal activities in which a movie naming The Exorcism of Emily Rose was created in the year 2015. The most scariest part of this story is the number of exorcisms performed, which is 67 times. I know it is quite hard to believe, but it's a truth. It was believed that the sea was possessed by not one or two, but six spirits. And the main proof for it was the audio recording in which you can hear the different sound of different demonic entity very clearly. The story is going to be quite darker than usual because I felt the same thing while researching on this story, which you're gonna feel in this story. So watch till the end. Annelise Michel was born in 21st September in 1952 in the West Germany in a strict Catholic family. Annelise's mom got pregnant before marriage. In the Christian religion, it was strictly prohibited. When Annelise's father and mother got married, they mutually decided to atone, including their children, for whatever mistakes they have made in the past age. So from the very beginning, Annelise was taught that God keeps all the records of our bad deeds. So we must pray to God for all the sins which are committed by us, by our family. Not only that, but as a human being, we must try to pray for everyone, those who are doing bad deeds. And we must do everything possible to help other peoples. When Annelise grew old, she realized that she must atone for all the sins that she and her family had ever committed. She had a belief that she must pray for the sins of her family, and she must accept all the pains offered to her with a smile on her face. By doing these things, she can escape from all the sins they have ever committed. She was very kind and emphatic girl since her childhood. She not only used to pray for her family but also for the people who are addicted to drugs and other bad activities. One day, she lost her sister forever. Annelise was completely shocked and she thought that God is punishing them for their sins. She was completely broken after this incident, but she never stopped going to church or her prayer. Instead, she became more conscious towards prayer and God. The beginning of the Annelise possession. Once Annelise was attending her class and immediately she felt some strange sensation on her body. She suddenly started feeling seizure. Because of seizure, she suddenly started walking here and there. When Annelise came back to her consciousness after seizure, she didn't remember anything about the time. This was her first time when she felt seizure. All those experiences was strange for her. By the time Annelise's seizure gradually increased, after some time, she used to feel seizure very frequently. Her family was really worried and felt helpless and took her to the physicians and doctors, but no one could help her and understand her problem. Then her parents took her to the neurologist. The neurologist said that she is suffering from temporal lobe epilepsy. After that, she started taking the prescribed medicines, but still the condition was getting worse day by day. Though Annelise was a brave girl and she was not among the people who gave up very easily, she used to believe that God is punishing her for her sins and very soon she gonna be alright and everything will be normal as always. Even though Annelise was not so well, she didn't give up on her studies. In 1973, Annelise joined her graduation in University of rzburg. When all her friends used to go out for the party and have fun, she used to stay in her own home and pray for her family. By the time Annelise started feeling unhealthy and weak, she used to have lots of hallucination, like she used to be blank for more than 4 to 5 times a day. Slowly Annelise started hearing the sounds of demons while praying. She used to hallucinate human as a demon. Slowly Annelise separated herself from the external world and created a completely new world inside her. She stopped going out of her room because of fear. Whenever she goes out, she felt the presence of demons around her. So she used to stay in her own room all day and night. Anneli was a girl who used to do prayer when all the friends used to go out the party. But now she had stopped going to the church. Slowly she was becoming more unwell. She always used to feel weak and she used to say that she is having a throat pain. She didn't remember her past and sees weird things. The Anneli, who used to be a kind girl, suddenly became very violent and angry. Her behavior had become very weird. After that, she was sent to Italy, San Damiano, by her family to participate in the pilgrimage and to drink holy water. They thought after drinking holy water, Anneli will be alright. But the Anneli reached Italy. There was a time when she refused to come out from the bus. When she was forcefully pulled out of the bus and made her sit and offered a holy water, she suddenly started to scream and said that this water is too dirty and it smells so weird, and she threw the water. After that, Anneli came back to Germany. When she came back to Germany, there was some priest in her home to clean her room. When they entered in their home, Anneli started screaming loudly. She didn't like anyone to come to her room, especially the priest. She not only screamed on the priest but also attacked on one of the priests. When the priest saw this behavior, they completely understood that she isn't suffering from any disease, but there is a very powerful devil inside her. Annelise's mom said that sometimes she used to eat spider, insects, and sometimes bark and walk like a dog, and also react in the same way. She used to hide under the table. Once she suddenly woke up and started doing a squat. She did so many times that her knees bones got fractured, but still she wasn't stopping. Her mother and father could hear the sound of cracking of bones, but still she wasn't stopping. It seemed like it is the body of Anneli, but was totally out of her control. Something else was controlling her body. After seeing all these things, her parents were very worried and contacted to the local church and asked permission to conduct an exorcism. But by looking the situation of Anneli, none of the priests were ready. All the priests gave up on her by saying that the demon inside her is very powerful and we are not yet ready to fight with it. In the other side, the condition of Anneli was degrading day by day. She could hear the voices of demons wherever she goes. Demons started to torture her. Whenever she felt better and start her prayer, she could hear the voice of someone saying, "Rot in hell." So she was scared to do her regular prayers. After searching and trying so many ways, finally the parents of Anneli found a priest to save their daughter's life, Bishop Joseph Stangl. As soon as Bishop heard about her, he understood that they had to perform exorcism as soon as possible because she didn't have much time left. So he gave a permission for the exorcism to the local father, Arnold Renz. On September 14, 1975, Father Renz performed the first exorcism. Whenever the exorcism was performed, the Anneli used to become extremely violent, attack the priest, and used to say unnecessary things to priest in the demonic voice to distract them from their exorcism. That is why Anneli used to be tied with a bed for hours. Her body was weak, but the demon inside her was very powerful. Priests said to investigator that once they were performing the normal exorcism by tying both the hands of Anneli on the bed, but that time Anneli became so violent and raised the whole bed with her single hand. The exorcism was performed for 10 months. Yes, you heard it right. 1 to 2 exorcism didn't show any changes in her, so it took 10 months to perform the exorcism. Each exorcism were of 3 to 4 hours long. As we all know that the real way of performing exorcism is giving a lot of pain to the possessed body. In the same type of exorcism, once she revealed that her body is not possessed by 1 or 2 spirits, but it is possessed by 6 different spirits. Now let's hear both the sound of Annelise before and after the possession.
So. Aber dass die dann so schlimm ist und so grausam und so furchtbar, nee. Das denkt man leiden, das ist so leicht zu haben. Wenn es dann wirklich schlimm wird, da will man überhaupt nicht mehr, da will man Kind.
Nein, ihr Klötze! Und der Maul, ihr Klötze! Oh, und der Anne will auch nicht, oh, ich geh auch nicht, oh.
Sind wir schon 3?
Annelise had become so weak that her body slowly stopped responding and were like completely different person. Because of lacking of nutrition and dehydration, she had completely stopped drinking water and eating. She just used to stay in her own bed all the time. Her body had lots of marks. When the 67th exorcism was performed on Annelise, she was completely unidentifiable, like you can see in the image. You can compare by yourself the picture from before and after the possession. Her condition seemed to be measurable, and on July 1st, 1976, in her 23rd year, she left the world. They performed 67th exorcism, though they could not save her life from the demons. The real tragic in this story is that when an autopsy report was prepared after her death, there were no any symptoms of any neurological disease. It means she didn't have any problems psychologically. There were no any scientific reasons to satisfy this case. Sometimes researching on any topic becomes very difficult and challenging because of its story. The story is really heartbreaking. It is the universal truth that life does not have any stipulation. Thank you for staying till the end of the video. If you like such horrible contents, like the video, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon beside to never miss any latest video from Mysterious Hub. Your support really matters and really motivates us to create new contents like this. So keep supporting.